Exercise 1711 asks us to determine pension expense and do journal entries for PBOs and plan assets. Okay, let's start with the first requirement. Determine pension expense for 2018. Above, we will put components. The service cost. Well, since I see interest cost first, I will just select interest cost. For that 7% multiplied by beginning PBO to 300. 161. We also have service cost for 310. Amortized prior service cost. They amortize it for us, $25. Amortized net gain. Net gain, they said $6 million, but it's a gain, so minus 6. And we have expected return on assets. That is 10% of 2,400, so minus 240. And when I click on check my answers, it's all green, so we are good to go. Go to requirement 2. Journal entries question is to record pension expense. So we put pension expense on the debit side and leave it blank because that will be the last plug-in. That debit side, we also have expected return on plan assets. So debit plan assets of 10% of the beginning plan assets, $240. 24,000, 10% of it is 240. We also amortize net gain, so it will be also a debit item. Amortization of net gain. So that is $6 million. On the credit side, we have PBO, which includes both service costs and interest costs. Interest costs we calculated by 7% multiplied by beginning PBO 2,300, 161. And then we have service cost of 310. So 471 increases PBO. And then amortized prior service cost, $25 million. And the last plug-in will be $250 million. Next journal entry says record gain or loss on assets. Gain or loss on assets is the difference between expected return on assets and the actual return on assets. Expected return was 10%, but the actual return was only 9%. So there is a loss of 1% of the planned assets. So 1% multiplied by beginning planned assets. Beginning planned assets was $2,400. By that 1% means $24,000. But we will simply enter by $1,000. So 24 is a loss. Loss will be put on the debit side. A loss for 24 and planned assets will be credited. by $24,000. Record of funding. Funding means the employer contributes to the plan. Here they said cash contribution to pension fund, $245,000. So plan assets will be increased and cash is decreased by $245,000. The last journal entry asks us to record the retiree benefits. So at the end of the year, they paid $270,000 to retirees. The payment decreases the liability, so we debit the PBO we debit PBO and we credit plan assets since you are paying to retirees out of your pension fund. So plan assets should be decreased for the amount of $270,000.